Yeah, I think the Bears need to go back to Mitchell Trubisky. And I know that's hard with the mental games. We've seen enough with Nick at quarterback for the Chicago Bears. This is why. You average 17 points per game with Nick Foles at quarterback. 17. That's not good enough in the NFL. Right now, you got to be more explosive on offense. And if Nick isn't going to be a distributor of the ball and protect the football, value the football, then I got to go Mitchell Trubisky's going to give me a better chance to win football games.
So my favorite part of that was Rex's reaction. You heard Rex yelling loudly. Let me start with the information. Dan Graziano, is there any reason to believe the Bears are contemplating that change?
Outside of common sense, no. I mean, we're talking to people there. They don't want to go back to Trubisky. They feel like that ship has sailed, that they've done everything they could do with him, and that Foles is their best chance going forward. They're 2-3 since they made the switch. They were 3-0 before they made the switch. But no, as of now, barring some significant change of plans, the Bears want to continue to stick with Nick Foles.
Okay, so then let me go back to Swagoo, because you just said you were selling on the Bears, and in part because Foles and the offense don't do enough. Do you believe, as Dan does, that they should make the switch back to Mitch?
Hell no. I would damn sure sell if Mitchell Trubisky was playing too. Nick Foles has actually played against better teams as well. Like, we can't leave that caveat out there that he hadn't played against the Saints and the, who else was it? The Rams, I think. Like, the two losses that Nick Foles has are significant teams based on what we've been seeing this season. And then, too, like, Mitchell Trubisky had, 3 years to determine if he was going to be the guy that you wanted to take into the future? We all knew Foles was a stopgap. I literally said on this show that Nick Foles was a guy just to steady the ship, not turn the football over, keep them in games, and that's what he's done. Unfortunately, he hadn't been able to make the plays at the end of the games in order to get them wins, but they've been in games. They just took the Saints to overtime. So, listen, it's wishful thinking to think that Mr. Trubisky going to come in and be an athlete and he'll be able to extend plays and do some things. But it's also wishful thinking to think he's not going to be the same guy we've seen him be, and that's the Bears being at home when the playoffs start.
Greg McElroy, let me come to you, because as you go back to what that player, what Mitch Trubisky did in college, and you looked at what his skill set was, they were never utilizing that. That is not the offense they were trying to use. So with that thought in mind, I ask you, do you believe they should go back to Mitch Trubisky?
Yeah, I said it a week ago after the Rams absolutely toasted that offensive line. Like, that offensive line can't keep anyone in front of them. Like, you can tell me all you want. With the four-man rush, Nick Foles was feeling the heat almost every single time he dropped back. Yep. And he didn't find anyone open because they don't have any dynamic weapons at wide receiver. Like, they're okay. Oh, Mooney, all right, great. They're all right, they're fine. But Jimmy Graham, like, come on. Like, what are we doing? Like, let's at least look and acknowledge what we have. All right? We have a bruising runner in Montgomery. And we have an athletically gifted quarterback in Mitch Trubisky. Now, he's not going to turn this offense into some juggernaut. But at least he can shorten the game by keeping the ball on the ground and at least give you a chance with his athleticism to escape and maybe create and maybe make a superstar play. But I just don't like what I'm seeing from Foles. He's tentative. He's not throwing. He's not making good decisions. He's not being very accurate. And clearly it's not working. At some point, the coaching staff has to acknowledge this and adjust and adapt to what their team can do. And right now it might be quarterback run with Trubisky, and that might be all they can do offensively.
They've never shown any indication that they want to do that. However, Jeff, final vote goes to you. Who should the quarterback be in Chicago right now?
Yeah, I think Trubisky. I mean, I think it's an indictment on Nagy. I mean, I think ultimately you knew what Nick Foles was. I mean, Swagoo's talking about you know what Trubisky is. We knew what Foles was, too. Outside of Philly, this guy's been what he is right now, right? You're talking about 17 points a game. Again, I don't care how good your defense is in the NFL, man. It's tough to win when you're averaging 17 points a game. If you can change up the dynamic of your offense, again, run it, give yourself more of an option, play complementary football to that defense so they can be successful. I think that's the direction you have to go. Foles just didn't. Everybody thought he was going to give you these explosive plays, whether it was Robinson, Mooney, you name it. Montgomery, he's finding ways to make plays when it's not blocked well. But at the end of the day, if you're not making the big plays, what is he bringing you that Trubisky was not? I'm not sure.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.